like, I don't have a lot of time. I only have like 20 minutes or so. So, nobody knows I'm live yet. Go home. It's in my neck. Wow, nobody's here yet. Fa la la. All right, so this is what we got. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but this is what we got. So the parents were escorted to a van. Police swarm. Hey guys, I don't have a lot of time. I'm waiting at a doctor's appointment. I have like 30 minutes. But just to give you guys an update, the police swarmed, the FBI and everybody went right to their front door with their cars, totally swarmed the house, got a warrant or have a warrant. We're all over the shed. They escorted the parents out. The parents are now back in the house. They did not leave permanently. They weren't taken out of the house permanently. It was just a temporary thing. They sat in the van and now they're back in the house. They don't know what they're looking for. Hello, everyone. They don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what is going on with the shed or why the shed is so important. That they don't know yet. But they do know that they have a warrant for it. And they're just looking. Other than that, it's the same rinse and repeat. Rumors that there's so many rumors and then no. It has nothing to do with Dad being an ex-cop or anything. You know, I heard someone say there was snowbird. No, they lived in Florida full time. I don't know where the snowbird thing came from, but they lived in Florida full time. He is dead too, I think. It's possible. I'm not going to rule it out. I'm definitely not going to rule out that he's dead. I don't know. I just don't know. Do I think his parents are behind it? Yeah, I think his parents gave him a big head start. That I do think. And I don't see how he's going to get out of this other than death. But it's crazy. Sad, sad case. Narcissists don't kill themselves. We don't know if he's a narcissist. Everybody's automatically assuming he's all these things. We don't know what he is. We don't know enough about him to say what he is. I don't know if he's a narcissist. I know he's a scared kid. That I know. He's definitely a scared kid. But is he a narcissist, an abuser? Who knows? Hey, 3:30 a.m. in Australia. Brian thought Gabby wasn't going to be found. That I agree with. I don't think he believed she was going to be found. Nor do I think that anybody thought this was going to blow up the way it's blowing up. That's the other catch. We don't know how she died, but I'll tell you what we can rule out. We can rule out suicide. Let's go with logical conclusions. We can rule out suicide because they're looking in his house for stuff. And they are questioning the parents and they're swarming his house. So that rules out suicide. We know it's not natural causes. We know that she didn't get eaten by an animal or they wouldn't be swarming his house. So logical conclusion will tell you that she was murdered. The question is, who murdered her? How was she murdered? You know, I was thinking about all other cases, murder cases, and when they give a press conference, they will usually say, oh, you know, we found a gunshot wound to the head, or, you know, the victim was strangled, but an autopsy still needs to be reported, or some shit like that. And they said nothing, which tells me it wasn't an obvious gunshot wound to the head. Which kind of maybe rules out somebody else as being the perpetrator. You know, if it was strangulation, if it was a crime of passion, You know, cops have a way to tell if it was a crime of passion or if it wasn't. You know, if it was a stranger, if his DNA is all over her, you know, his fingerprints match. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Have they said? No, autopsy. They're doing the autopsy tomorrow, they said. I forgot my other vape at home. I apologize. I think the parents should go to jail. I agree. I'm with you on there. I think the parents are guilty. I do. They're guilty of aiding and abetting. But that's why I keep saying that it's murder, because there's no other logical conclusion. Oh, someone just sent me a text. Family attorney holding a press conference tomorrow at 1. Okay. Which family attorney? His attorney or the girl's or Gabby's attorney? But do me a favor, guys. If I ever go missing, please have this much media coverage for me. And Brad did it. Shh. He'd be my first suspect. First suspect. It's probably the only reason I haven't gone missing is because he would have been suspect number 1. And vice versa. I'm sending you via Facebook. I think he did actually fly home nice. Yeah, I saw that on. Thank you for bringing that up. So my apologies for last night. I did see somewhere, I think it was not Fox, it was not CBS. One of the major news reporters had stated that he did fly home. I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see a reputable news report stated. So I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. I have heard that. As far as why he flew home or stuff in storage, remains to be seen. They should never let him out of his sight. I agree with that. Can I just tell you guys, it took me like an hour to get my top up, and now the sun's coming up. I had to drive Phoenix to school today in the rain because I couldn't get my top up. It was crazy. I was like, I can't get this fucking thing up. I finally got it up. And now the sun's coming out, and I'm craving sushi. His mom did not work for the DA. Dad didn't work for the DA. Those are rumors that haven't seemed to end it. They're not snowbirds. They lived in Florida full time. Gabby was living with them in Florida for 2 years. Now, there's a rumor that I heard this morning, which is interesting. I don't know if it's true or not, but there was a rumor that I heard that Gabby's mom threw her out 2 years ago. That's why she was living with the boyfriend down in Florida. Is it true? I don't know. But that was a rumor I heard. Pretty reputable source, too. And that the mom couldn't handle her. Which would kind of explain why she didn't talk to her mom all the time. And, you know, mom waited 11 days to, or actually like 16 days to realize she was missing because she didn't talk to her that much. That rumor could be true. Feds were all over the house with shields and guns drawn when they pulled up. Oh, I don't know about that. All right, note by uncle, top right corner. Also reported in FLA timeline. Left hotel in Salt Lake City on 8/24 and Grand Teton on 8/25. Told a friend through Snapchat she's heading to Yellowstone. Last text, a domestic reporter on 8/12. Yeah, that's the normal timeline. Oh, Brian went to Florida 8/17 to 8/23. Whoop. Gabby made she did have some issues. Still no excuse to. Oh, I agree with you, Lady D. The fact that he killed her is neither, or someone killed her. I don't want to accuse him yet. Like I said, is it probable that it's him? Absolutely. Am I going to hang him yet? No. You can't do that. There's a jury pool that may need a jury. You can't taint it. I heard my boy JB say the same thing today. Not about the jury pool, but, you know, right now he's just missing. But we just can't assume he killed her. But I think it's safe to assume that it definitely was murder. I can't imagine it being any other conclusion. The question remains, who murdered her? That we don't know. We don't have enough information. Absolutely not. See how fat my neck is? Remember I said my neck like imploded? It did. I forgot to put makeup on it though. I'm very conscious of it because it's like all this extra skin. Film that van that lit, but they talk about like multiple videos. I don't see them with multiple videos. They have one video. I can't believe the sun's coming up after it took me a fucking hour to get my top up. No autopsies. Autopsies tomorrow. There's no other conclusion other than murder. There really wasn't, if you think about it. There's no other conclusion. Hey, Toxic. There were accidental could still be murder, though. When I say murder, it could still be accidental, but somebody killed her. Homicide. Let me use the word homicide. It was definitely a homicide. Whether intentional or accidental, it was still a homicide. That's how things work. Can you imagine what she went through? Sheer torture all the way around. We don't know. Maybe it was one shot to the head with a rock. We don't know. Maybe she was killed instantly. Hopefully she didn't suffer. Hopefully it was quick and done. We don't know how how she was found like that? Well, she was found because a YouTuber, a couple who document everything, were traveling in the area and happened to see the van. And when she was editing the video, she remembered that she saw the van. So she went ahead and gave the footage to the FBI. She spoke to Gabby's family, and that's how Gabby was found. Thank God. Thank God for that YouTuber. She probably would have never been found. Or she would have been too decomposed to even know who she was. So kudos to that YouTuber. I can't say it enough. I don't think hopefully they're getting the credit they deserve. But yeah, they deserve kudos. Tons of credit for what they did. And for filming everything. Will we know more? Yeah, we'll know more after the autopsy. We don't know. I don't think she was buried. I don't think she was buried at all. Maybe in a shallow grave, who knows? But in that kind of area, in such a desolate area, would you even think that someone's going to be found? Obviously, he knew something because he took off. So he knew something. Could be suicide. They wouldn't be swarming his house if it was suicide. If they truly believed it was suicide, they wouldn't be swarming his house. That's why I rule out suicide. Hey, Cricket. That's the only reason I rule out suicide. They wouldn't be swarming. They may have a warrant and go in there to get some of her things and shit like that, but they wouldn't be swarming her house with FBI agents all the way up on the front lawn if it was suicide. They just wouldn't. Heard something about her being a cover. Oh, that's bullshit. There's so many fucking rumors that are ridiculous. Yeah, that's another thing. Thank you. They taped off the house with crime scene photo. They wouldn't crime scene tape. They wouldn't do that if it was a suicide. I think he took one of their boats. That's possible too. There's something in the shed though. They're very interested in the shed. They took so let me give you guys an update for those of you coming in or not really sure. The FBI a couple of hours ago swarmed his house. They swarmed, meaning they were all the way at the front door with their vans and everything. They sealed off the entire house with crime scene tape. They won't say what's going on. They escorted the parents out of the house for a moment. They sat in the van or something, and now they're back in the house. So they didn't escort them away from the property. They're still allowed in the house, and now they're back in the house. So what they're looking for, we don't know. They went to the shed, we know that, but we don't know exactly what they're looking for or what's going on. Wouldn't that be creepy if your vehicle was on that footage? You noticed you were camping down the road. That's true too. They found out that the red truck that the parents have left in is their truck. The Mustang looks to be his car. They picked up the car on Wednesday, but didn't report him missing till Friday, which to me, logical conclusion says that they gave him a head start. And that's what's going on. All the news reports are rinse and repeat right now because they're just trying to get something, but there's nothing going on. There's nothing new. I've been listening for the last 3 hours, and really what I just said summed up everything. Everything they've talked about for 3 hours. This channel has no fluff. Sum it up in 10 minutes or less. I got about 3 more minutes, and then I got to go to my doctor. Anything in the note left on the van? No. They do want to find this Laundrie fool. But again, he's still just missing. He's not a suspect yet. I think once the lawyer speaks tomorrow, we might get more answers. But if it's his lawyer that's speaking, this is what he's going to say. He's going to say, oh, I don't know where my client is. I apologize. My client said he was going somewhere and ended up somewhere else. And I have no idea where he is. But we're trying to locate him if he contacts his parents. You know, another thing I thought about this morning, which I'm not smarter than the FBI, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the FBI hasn't thought of this, but I don't know if they have. Who's to say that Brian and his parents or family don't have burner phones? Like, someone should check Walmart or the supermarket or somewhere and see if they purchased any kind of burner phone over the last, couple of weeks. Or if their family members have purchased a burner phone. Because I don't think they'd be dumb enough to keep in contact, but Brian's sister might be. She may have got a burner phone with him, and that's how they're keeping in contact. Like, I'm sure the FBI is on this, because again, I'm not smarter than the FBI, but it's just something I thought about, that they may be in contact that way. The parents definitely gave him a head start. And that's what I was thinking about this morning, the burner phones. And we got 2 new Patreons. I want to welcome them, obviously, because they become targets. I'm not going to announce their names, but I will send them a private message when I get back home later. You just reminded me with that become a Patreon. So welcome to the 2 new Patreons. Could not understand he never had a phone on the trip. He did have a phone. I don't know why people say he didn't have a phone. He did have a phone. They yes, that's another thing. Thank you. They suspended the search in the park and went right to the house. So that either means that they believe that he did something at the house, or they know he's not there, or they're trying to put pressure on the parents. Who knows? I don't know. Hopefully they are putting pressure on the parents. I can't believe how fucking hot it is after I literally spent an hour getting my top up. But I'm gonna keep it up just in case. Clean my lens. Clean your mama. He took a charger when he left Van. He had a phone. I don't know why people think he didn't have a phone. D. Copperfield, you clean me? Alright, I got literally a minute left. But like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update to see if there was anything else. But I've been on this case from day one and not stopping. So whenever I get updates, WFLA, you know JB is in my heart. You know he's my fave. WFLA also put out a post to make sure that you share everything, share the report, share pictures of Brian, share everything. So to the people the trolls that want to say how they reported me and everything else, WFLA will laugh at you. But trolls will be trolls. So I just have to go to the doctor. It's my monthly appointment, my every 3 months or whatever. So I will see you guys later. I'll be listening at my doctor, so if anything comes up, I will hit you guys up right after my doctor, and I will see you guys later. Bye.